Hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Combos. And after men's mental health, I thought I'd next focus on life in Wiltshire. And the reason I'm going to focus on that straight after the mental health is the focus of how it's helped me with my own mental health, like living in Wiltshire, and also give you a little understanding of life in Wiltshire. So I've been living in Wiltshire now for how long? We've been here 3 years, 3.5 years, 4 years. Been here like
4 or 5.
Yeah, we're going on.
Under 5.
Yeah, just under 5 years now. We've been here. Yeah, so we've been here a while now, and I'd say I enjoy the life in Wiltshire because it's peaceful, it's quiet. But I will say, as a lot of people think, because it's peaceful and quiet, that means life is always comfortable and rosy. Well, I'll say it's definitely not that up here. And and to say like we're having a comfortable life, I've had a comfortable life to be able to grow my business, because it's something that I've always said, like living in Birmingham, I may not have the business I have now because certain accomplices, certain things may have been easier to be around, and social lifestyle would also be part of it then, whereas now there's no social lifestyle, it's just me, family house, living with my family, and that's the end of that. Yeah, so I say it's helped me grow my business into a sustainable one, let's say, to the point of it's not sustaining us right now exactly to per se, but the roots have grown, we're starting to see little flowers, and soon you'll have the big buds. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a growth in it, like, let's say. So, like, without the growth, it would have been stuck. And I can say, little investment, little this, little bit of right products, little bit of right promotions, a little bit more face to face will make it go to where it should be. You know what I'm trying to say? But other than that, I'd say living in Wiltshire, I've had to just really put up with the racism and the judgmental people. So living in Birmingham, it's very multicultural. There's people from all races. We go to school and there's kids from all races, all cultures, which makes it more, if there is, because it's not to say there's no racism in Birmingham, there's racism everywhere. And it's not to say racism just comes from white to black. Racism comes from black to white as well. So it's for us to understand that racism is in many forms, and within us, we all have a little bit of judgmental racism in us, because we all presume when we see somebody, we understand that person because of the way they look. And that could be their colour of their skin, the way they dress, a variety of things. So for me, I've had to put up with me dressing urban and living in the countryside where there's not many black boys that have the walk and the bounce that I feel like I have. And it's not even that I feel like I do it on purpose, it's just the way I walk. And if you know me, you know my walk. So, you know, I just got to walk the way I walk. And I feel like I fit in everywhere, even where I don't fit in. I just feel like I fit in. And even if I don't fit in, I'm still there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So they're not used to somebody like me. Do you get that? They're used to what I realised, a lot of black people coming here to change their life, but then also abiding by what they think is their law. Do you get that? What they think is their law. So I don't even know where to start with it. Like, what was the first issue I think we really received up here?
I think it was judgments of police, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because not only did you get that, but Leah got it as well.
Okay then, so
Which is shocking. That
okay
shocked
then.
me.
So yeah, we've had police called on us for reasons that just didn't make sense other than the colour of our skin. So For me, when was the first time police were called? Was it in actually the masjid or was it in Tesco? Because this is how serious.
It was the masjid.
It was the masjid. So imagine that, me as a Muslim brother coming to Wiltshire, and the first place that had police called on me was at the local masjid. Let's please let that settle in. So people that have like saying, "Oh, Carty's living life in Wiltshire, man. He's got his business, he's got his little woman and family, and he's just comfortable." Please recognise the first place to try and draw me back to prison was the masjid. And let's understand what really, I'm not even going to go deep into situations, but I'm just going to give you the overlying understanding of it. For me, they were not used to a black brother that is Caribbean, being Muslim, who actually has a bit of understanding about deen. Yeah? So they may have thought I was just somebody from prison who has a criminal record, who comes into the masjid to just try and fit in. I ain't trying to fit in. I'm just coming to the masjid to pray. And if you've listened to my previous videos, you will understand that actually going to Jummah every week was not in my regular routine unless I was in jail. So yeah, I never used to go Jummah when I was on road, to be extremely honest. I used to pray, but I never used to go Jummah. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, just turn up at a Jummah. It wasn't in my... You know what I'm trying to say? And it wasn't like a lot of people used to come with me to go Jummah, or brothers were going Jummah, so it was like, oh, I'll come with you. Whereas I had brothers that prayed in houses and we prayed. You know what I'm trying to say? Shout out to Bilal, you know what I'm trying to say? Because me and him prayed a lot. Shout out to Bandmine TV Birmingham as well, because we've prayed a lot, no matter how he may want to feel like the dean's not his journey at the moment. We've prayed on road, man. You know what I'm trying to say? And we've prayed together and we've held fast together. So it's not to say we wasn't participating, but to go to Jummah every week, that's a blessing for me. And not to do it in jail, it's even more a blessing. To be able to get to the front row is a blessing. Like, and I feel like a lot, if as a Muslim, us as Muslims, we must understand this as well. The etiquette, let's go into the etiquette for me. And I feel like I'm losing the trail of Wiltshire, but it's part of Wiltshire to understand like our culture is and how we understand each other, because it's the culture around here that was the problem. And I would like to say as well, even though I'm talking about this now, 4 years, 5 years down the line, that is not the feeling I get when I walk in the masjid now. Yeah? Let's understand that. So although I'm talking about this was the first instance where living in Wiltshire with a business at the time and actually coming here and actually trying to get a job when I first come here, like just to kind of, to be extremely honest, as I say in previous videos, I feel like I'm very clever in some ways. So when I came here at first, my only reason to get a job was not really to have a job, to have the money. It was actually to connect with people and get to know people in my local area and get to understand how the local area manoeuvres. Yeah. So it wasn't just, yes, I needed money. Yes, I wasn't doing no more crime. So, and yes, I had my little business that was bringing in money. But I knew I needed to make some more money via a job because I wasn't touching the road. And I also realised the best way to kind of get to meet people is not to talk to them on the road like I would when I was doing other things, but to actually be in their workplaces and talk to them. Do you get that? So I came here with a different mentality to the ghetto mentality that I left London with, let's say, for instance. Because I was in Hackney doing whatever I was doing in Birmingham on my own. You know what I'm trying to say? So it wasn't a change for me. It was a change when I came here. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And for the masjid to be the first place to call me back to prison, and really the way I saw it was mostly because of my Caribbean culture, the way I dressed, the way I walked, and the fact that I tried to pray on the front row. So the etiquette of the masjid for me is whoever comes in first prays on the front row. If you don't come in first, you don't have no right to no front row, whoever you are. Yeah. The only person that has a right to be on the front row is the Imam that's doing the Uqba. If there's an Imam in there, he still doesn't have the right if he's praying with us as brothers. Yeah? He doesn't have the right to be, he could be anywhere. But the Imam is the only person that needs to be guaranteed at the front of it. So I feel like me getting judgments and little things, and obviously at that time, as I say, my mentality was still a bit, this is why I'm doing these videos now, I say, because I feel like I've grown a lot more to overstand a lot more things that go on in my life. So for me to overstand it, I was still in a mentality where anything goes. So if people are trying to bother me, I'm ready to fight and cause a problem. And that's something they didn't understand. So although, yes, I may, astaghfirullah, I'd raised my voice and got upset in the masjid. I was getting upset, but trying to give my understanding of, you're judging me and you're not understanding that I'm a brother, and no matter how many years and days and Jummahs you've prayed in here, we are all the same in here. And nobody can tell me not to go. As I said in my last video, I'll go wherever I want. But as a Muslim, I know I can go in any masjid, anywhere I want. Even more, I feel more strong as a Muslim going in a masjid than I do as me rolling into any area. Because I understand I'm a Muslim and this is my house. So it doesn't matter who's saying what, who's doing what, this is my house. Yeah? So I don't think they didn't like that at first, and I think they've come to understand now that actually, as a brother, I am actually quite knowledgeable even without knowing. So I say, like, it was very hard mixing into this Wiltshire lifestyle when there's no ghetto urban looking like me around here, for starters, or feeling the same energy the way I feel around here, for starters. Yeah, I've seen them. I try to say hello to them. The one person that was bloody any type of like urban from me when I first came here, I didn't know he was some bloody crackhead, but he seemed to be some crackhead or whatever. But he got locked up and taken away. Yeah, and to be extremely honest, when it come to urban, because he was from London originally, it was helpful for me. Because he was from London, he understood ghetto. And to be honest, I didn't understand he smoked anything, to be honest. You know what I mean? I normally say I can spot these guys because that was my business. Yeah? So I had to spot them, whether you're a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer. Yeah? I had to spot them. Yeah? So it was part of my culture to spot them. So it was quite funny that he was the only person that was kind of on any wavelength for what I feel like I'm on with urban lifestyle, and understanding now being a black man is tougher, and we don't also have to lower ourselves, because that's what I liked about him up here. He used to say how he used to point out his issues and how he's had problems as a black man, and he was born here. He wasn't born here, but grew up here from a very young age, and he grew up in a foster home as well. So not only did he grow up like that, he grew around other kids that grew in this area with him, like white and black. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So for him, he found it hard as a black man. And that helped relate to me a little. He was taken away within the first year, and I haven't seen him since, unfortunately. Do you get that? So other than that person there's been no one that can understand like life as a black man around here.
So how did it make you feel when you would, obviously, really, wherever you go, black should relate to black. So you see, they should all be like hello or no, or just smile or something. How would it feel when you didn't get that back from other black people in the area? Was it a shock, or was it...
Put it this way, as I told you, I'm very open and honest with you. So yeah, sometimes, I'm quite shocked that this person didn't say hello. But then on a lot of occasions, a lot of us black people, we grow and we think we're better than other black people. So even to, let's give you a little instinct now. I love that you even asked that question because you didn't even know. You see, when I went back out to go to the shop then, there was a black woman walking with two white couples, yeah, or one white couple, yeah, and she was looking at me. So I said hello. She did not say a word. She didn't say a word. She just looked in my face. But the two white people that were next to her said hello.
Wow.
And I laughed. And this is where I say, there's not a lot of black people like me. Do you get that, where I'm from? Because, yes, I overstood it like, yo, it's funny. But I can't not point this out. And I've had to point it out to her, like, look at that. You can't say hello, but they're saying hello. You've never seen black people around it.
It feels like we're our own worst enemy. Because it's like we're against each other, and for what?
For what?
All other races are so united in some senses, and we just want to hurt each other. What is the point of that?
So for me, in Wiltshire, that's the lifestyle I live with black people around me. That's the lifestyle I live with Muslims around me. So if you understand that they have been put into their box and they are abiding by their box and rules, you have to understand why I haven't really got along with a lot of people around here. Yeah? And you have to understand, no matter what's going on, I'm still doing me. No matter what. Yeah? You still see me walk around. You still see me go wherever I've got to go. You still see me march to the school if there's a problem with Aaliyah. Yeah? Yeah? And that was the next time, getting police knocking on. When we first come here, this is how you have to understand what we first came to as well. This is just the beginning. So when we first come here, yes, the masjid called police on me. Wow. Astaghfirullah. But let's also understand this. Police were called for our young child because they said she was one of these. What did they say she done?
A girl was beaten up in the park by a mixed race child, and because she's mixed race, it must have been her. So they came knocking on the door for her when we never let her out anywhere anyway. So it couldn't be her.
So understand that. She's coming home from school, and before she's home from school, police are knocking on our door saying that there's been a mixed race girl that has got into a fight with another person, and they have come to our front door. We are new here. Yeah? She didn't even go out. She didn't even leave. She went to school and came home. That's all she used to do. That's all she still does. We try to get her out of the house, but she's happy to stay in the house. Yeah? But imagine that. You're sitting here, we don't do nothing. And because they want to really, and this is where you understand the culture of what we're living in Wiltshire, because they want to get to know you, but they don't know how to say hello and have a regular conversation with you. They will send what they think is legally the way to just come and nosy, nosy, yeah? So that's what we've had to put up with, like, and for us, we ain't opening no door to no police for no reason, because there's no reason for you to be allowed door, yeah? I've had a random dude, I remember the random dude that come knock on my door, talk about is somebody living here. Little boy, come from my front door. You think this is? Don't care if you're a big man. What you coming to my door to try and be smart? What you're sending? This is what we have to deal with. Like, and if you understand, like, overstand it. This isn't because we are causing a problem when we first come here. Because when we first come here, we were just loving the life of Wiltshire and being, because we come in the summerish as well, so it was kind of sunny. I remember.
It was winter.
I feel like
COVID.
But it was out. We was out in the parks all the time. Do you get that? So we was actually not. We came here. We was very much outgoing, I'd say, because we was always out the door. Me and you, at least, anyway.
Yeah.
If she went to stay in the house, she'd stay in the house. But me and you get out and walk and whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Because if you know me, I like to travel anywhere I go, so I'm going. Yeah? So, you see, like, understanding, like, coming here as a black man with his mixed race woman, light-skinned children, dark-skinned children. It hasn't been easy. Because they try to trick us, and it's all about that tricking out a position, I get. Do you get that? It's about tricking you out of position. So I feel like, because the people I felt at the time in the masjid were controlled by the local vicinity of people that weren't from the culture, they were led into manoeuvring the way they were. And that's what I feel like was trying to be washed onto me. Like, you live here now, you've got to abide by our rules. And if you don't abide by our rules, we'll get our dog to poo outside your front door when you're not looking. Yeah? Understand that? We'll just drop litter outside your garden when you've cut the grass because we think that's how we get you back. That's the type of culture we have to deal with, because for me, how many times I've ran out and beat man up because you've come get your dog shit.
Well.
What?
You haven't beat people up.
I said, how many times I've gone to that? Only time I run out there. How many times I ran out?
Yeah, but you haven't.
I never said I beat anyone up.
Did.
I never. I see how many times I've come close to having to run out to beat man up.
Okay, listen back.
Listen, I'm telling you to come out to run out to beat man up. How many times have I run out? How many times has it sometimes been a child or a woman that they've sent out to do it where I can't do it as well?
Yeah.
Let's keep it real now. Because the only one that I really nearly punched up was the man and his son. With the two dogs, really.
Yeah.
Yeah? Right there. Yeah? And as I told you, it's about drawing you out of position. So you have to recognise, I'm past even just having to beat you up. If you look on my Instagram and go through the years and videos, you'll see videos of where I posted, because we have cameras, so we just report you. So I'm running out to make you know, you don't do that and you will be recorded and sent to the police. And if you come with any energy, we're ready to fight. Yeah? Man pulled up how many months ago, tried park outside man's house. What are you parking outside my house for? Trying to look through windows and look at camera, look at the window, the other window up top. Are you looking at the window at the top for? Think I can't see you? Think I'm blind? This is what we got to deal with. And remember, as I said to you last time, it's all about tricking out of position. So it's not what they're bringing that is the problem. It's what you're going to bring to them that will be the problem. So when man's trying to drive off and flick cigarette outside my house, just know I had my cigarette prepared to flick in his face, which I don't. Because I don't know you're parking outside. Yeah, you can sit outside there then, have a cigarette. But I'm sitting out here and smoking my cigarette, waiting to see what you do with that butt. And this is where I say it's all about whether you get to see it. Do I get to see it immediately, or are they doing it slyly to try and make me come out here looking like the madman? Because to be honest, litter-wise, as I said to you on a couple of my previous videos, for me, littering on your own streets where you are born and raised is just disgusting. Yeah? Just disgusting. So whether you're doing it on my garden or your next neighbour or the road, I don't even give a damn, because you're doing it on your street, your area. Yeah? And honestly, in the years that they have dropped litter outside my door and shit, none of it's gone in my bin. It's gone straight back on the road and it blows wherever it's going. Yeah? The poo, we just let it disorientate. Yeah? Before, you used to always pick it up. Now, just fling it back over there. It's your street, not mine. So understand, this is the culture that living in Wiltshire has brought around, man, in that sense. They kind of try to draw you out of your position, whether it's a Muslim, whether it's a black person that you're walking, or just the normal white folk that you see. To, let's say, getting a job for me. There's a lot of people that haven't given me a job. Yes, I say a lot of them, it's due to whatever culture they believe they're fitting into. that may stop my growth, that they've done it. Yeah. And then some people, it's literally have looked at me and said, I'm not giving it him because of who I am and how I look. Yeah. That's not because I can't do the job. It's come to the point, I've done jobs here. Let's understand the culture down here. I've had good jobs where I've had jobs and they've employed me for a set period of time. And those jobs have been cut short because they were looking at how much money I was making and said, what job he has been given is not suitable for that job. We need to say that job is cut short. And I'm telling you, yeah, the reason the jobs were cut short were not because the jobs were cut short, but because this black guy here was working and he was earning a decent wage for himself and they didn't like it. That's me being very smart. Yeah. So you see, when we're living in Wiltshire, life ain't as rosy as you think sometimes in the countryside. For the people that know me who think, oh, you're just up there. Like, you get it? Like speaking to my auntie the other day and show you how much it costs for me to get back to Birmingham. And how long it takes makes you realise why I'm not in Birmingham. Why I don't go there and have a mixture with my culture that I grew up with. Why I don't go there and make customers. Yeah?
Yeah.
Same with you living far from London. You can't just catch one train to London. 2 trains minimum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So, understanding like being stuck in the countryside, it's a lovely peace of mind. But it ain't easy. It ain't easy. That's what I want people to understand, like, because I have had a lot of people giving me props, like, yeah, if you really knew what props you should be giving me and what trials we go through, you'd understand. So whether that be racist kids in the school that are saying stuff to our daughter that we have to be at the school for, whether that be judgmental because now I'm a woman wears a hijab and she's mixed race and she's not Moroccan. Yeah? Whether that be me just knowing where I am from and never forgetting I am a Brummie. Born West Bromwich, Sandwell Hospital. Yeah? So life is good because, as I said to you from the very start, a lot of my business, a lot of our lifestyle, sometimes you have to take yourself away from certain things to make something of yourself. And that's what we've actually been able to do when we've took ourselves away. We've been able to take ourselves away from what we both know and grow within ourselves as well as grow our relationship. But then to do that as well with what we've had with the trials on a day-to-day basis is not easy. But as I said to you on the last video, talking about these things makes it easy because it knows that it ain't getting to you. It also makes you aware that at least you're aware to the tactics. And this is what I want people that listen to me and kind of get where I come from with a lot of these things. It's all about what we want. It doesn't matter what the other person wants. Yeah. And I made a comment the other day, and when I reread it, I understood even more. Like when I writ it, I knew what I meant. But you know, like even for this now, it really overhits. Like we are never trying to be his story. We want to be in his story. Yeah. So understand that. We never want another person to make our story his story, history. Yeah. His story. I'm going to leave a post with it. Yeah. And in fact, I'm trying to be in his story. Understand it? We don't want people to maneuver where we should be. when in fact we make the steps we need to make to be who we need to be. Yeah? Whether that be business, don't let people tell you this is what you need to be selling. This is how you need me to market your stuff. Don't be needing all these people to tell you these things, because you can ably work these things out. Yeah? Don't need people to tell you, oh, sell on eBay, sell on whatnot, sell on Etsy. You make a decision what is better for you and your business. If you want to make a decision like me and just build a website, that is what you do. Don't matter the challenges. Don't matter if people want to undercut you, because what you want to do is what you're doing. Yeah? If you want to not go from illegal to legal and back to illegal, stay on the legal path in it. Go through the struggles. Don't allow people to make you think you can only make money on the roads. Yeah? Because also these people will be making money on the roads and making the same money doing the same thing that you was going to do. So maybe they just don't want you to do what you're doing because you are another competitor. So don't stop what you're doing, because that's your competitor, because you're trying to make a life for yourself. Yeah? Don't make people think you don't fit in anywhere, because in fact you're fitting in your own skin, and in your own skin it's with you everywhere. Yeah? So understand these things, yeah, please. Like, as real life, Wiltshire is beautiful. It's got a lot of countryside, yeah. But it hasn't been easy for the last 5 years, 4 years, yeah. And we're still going, we're still here. And just like I say in my last video where I've made mistakes, I haven't really opened up to my family, my friends, people that would actually help in certain circumstances. Same I said to you, it's quite funny, I was saying to you, you're not opening up to your friends enough, but I wasn't doing the same. Do you get that? So it's quite mad to understand that. Do you get that? I was opening up to you, but you get it. Wasn't really opening up. Do you get that? We were just keeping it to ourselves. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Like, it's mad. Like, even let me give you another thing that really, this is new. This happened, when did this happen? 2-3 days ago? Yeah? Living in Wiltshire, we can't even get an ambulance. Just understand that. So our mother fell over the other day. She fell over twice. And on the second time, she really was injured. Yeah? So late at night, I had to travel there, help her up. And just understand this. We called the ambulance, and we don't live literally round the corner. And as I said many times, I don't drive. So it's public transport or taxi we have to use. That's something that's on us. That's something we both have to take as, you know what, both one of us should have been driving by now in our life. Yeah? But let's move past that point, yeah. It's very much made aware that our mother has fallen. She has epilepsy. She has a variety of things that could be a problem. Not only that, she fell over earlier on today, and she's fell over again, and she's saying this is the worst she's felt. She's hurt her back, and our train has been cancelled, yeah? Great Western Railway, thank you again. So trains are cancelled, yeah? And the next train we can catch is like half an hour away to get to her. And it takes us like 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the train. But even that half an hour train, I had to jump on and get off at one place and get on another train to just travel 15 minutes down the road on the train, mate. Yeah? So all of that, yeah? Remember this time frame, half an hour was 15, yeah? This is a good hour before I can actually get to her. We've made this very much clear as well on the phone. Remember this. This was made very much clear. But in the end, how have I got to her before the ambulance have? An hour later. Yeah? Let's just settle on that. I've got there, made them aware that I can't get there as soon as we need to get there. and she could be in huge danger. Yeah. And I get there in an hour and the ambulance is still not there. Yeah. For an elderly patient. Yeah. Who's fell over, who's injured. Yeah. We don't know what condition she is because none of us are there. So is it not best to get someone there as soon as possible? That's all I'm thinking of. So I get there an hour later and suddenly I have to phone them again to ask them, after I've got her up, made sure she's okay, done what I've had to do around the house, I've phoned them again to find out where they are. Please tell me why all I'm hearing from these ambulance service in Wiltshire is, oh, is she unconscious? No. Okay, then we can only push her up the thing because we've now recognised she's epileptic and I've said she's bleeding. Yeah? Let's just keep this straight. I feel I have to tell them that she's bleeding for them to move a bit quicker. That's what I have to do. Because this isn't the first time she's fell over. This isn't the first time we've had to wait an hour for an ambulance to come in this small countryside where there's no stabbings and killings, where there's not many people dying. Yeah. Not to say people don't die here, but I'm pretty sure the ambulance call outs around here is nothing compared to Birmingham. Yeah. Nothing compared to London. In this old county. Yeah. Because this county is massive. Yeah. We're not talking about just the town we live in. We're talking about Wiltshire. Yeah? Because Birmingham is Birmingham, yeah? London is London. Manchester is Doesn't matter whether you're in that side or that side. Ambulances can be called from local ambulances, or if they have to, they can push from further. Yeah? Because it's part of the towns, yeah? But tell me why I've had to call this ambulance again and wait for half an hour before I call them again to realise they are not even still on the way. Please understand that. They are still not on the way. Yeah? Where are they? What are they doing? What's making it so urgent? And I wish I did record the call, but I'm very smart in how I talk. They record their calls anyway. So I made it very clear that she's bleeding. I don't know what she is. They told me to wait outside. So I've been waiting outside for half an hour, yeah? All I know, if you're on the phone to her, so if there's any problems now, you'll let me know because you're on the phone. But I'm standing outside, as I was told. I hadn't been standing outside for half an hour, just literally gone outside for 5 minutes. Obviously, I sat there for 25 minutes, half an hour. Then went outside to phone them. This is how we say mind games. We have to play mind games with people sometimes. We shouldn't be playing mind games with people's lives. Yeah? Please. Yeah? So, I'm having to play mind games to get them here and run downstairs and tell them I've been standing outside for half an hour. She's bleeding. She's got epileptic fit. She could go into epileptic fit. She's got a load of things wrong with her. I am not qualified or trained to understand whether she is injured or not. We need someone here. Please tell me why it took me 20 minutes to make them know that I am recording them and everything I say. If anything, you didn't even know this. I told them, if she dies right now, I am coming for you because you're telling me if she's not unconscious, that means that ambulances are going to other places. So what you're telling me right this second is, if I was to make a claim that when we called, your ambulance services had this amount of people out cold, yeah? Just understand this, because you're telling me there's more than enough people that are actually unconscious, yeah, that are being dealt with. That means if I was to call as a legal person and ask you to show us where these calls were at around this time and where your ambulances were at this time, are you telling me that there's no one available? Yeah? This how you have to use brain with them. Are you telling me no one's available? Really? Yeah? Because this is your life. This is our my partner's mother's life here, yeah? And she's my mother as well because we are partners, so family is family now, yeah? So What are you telling me? If she passes away, it's on you because you didn't want to make it urgent. Please tell me why after 20 minutes on the phone with this person, making them believe that I am actually recording them, because I didn't actually have my other phone with me at that time. You was on that phone. Do you get that? So I couldn't actually, usually I would do the recording, don't get it twisted. I have a lot of recordings with people in these legal places in Wiltshire where they are showing that they are just unprofessional. Yeah? And their unprofessionalism is either down to them not being skilled enough for the job. Yeah. Or they're just being judgmental. Yeah? So for me, I have to record in a lot of places. As I said to you, it saved me on the free comic book day in the comic shop when the police assaulted me. If I didn't record, they would have tried to pursue a claim against me. It's a good job I was recording to show their unprofessionalism and show their judgmental acts to me. So that's what we have to put up with. From old to young. It's not easy. And some may say, oh, this is life. Yeah, this is life, to be extremely honest. And I understand that, you know what, we have to go through life, we have to have challenges. Challenges only make you stronger though. Challenges only, if we have the drive, and as I say, we understand our own mental health, it just gives us a challenge that we can actually welcome and overcome. But life isn't easy when you don't live around what you already know. But that's not to say you don't do it, because that's what they want you to do, not do it. They want you to go back there and mix in whatever you was doing. They don't want you to go back there and uplift your area. They want you to go back there and say, and have people say, you know what, he moved here and he's still a failure. Although in my head, I've never been a failure. I failed because I went to jail too many times for stupid things. Yeah? Stupid things, I was doing more stupider things that weren't. So it was very stupid. Yeah? But that's life in Wiltshire. Yes, it's beautiful. But culturally, no. I can't agree with it. It's not culturally the place for me. Yeah? It's a beautiful place. And maybe this area we live in is not the place for us. But to be extremely honest, one thing I've learned, living in the countryside is peaceful, but it's only good for when you want to like settle and grow something. To really like expand what you really need, it can't really happen in the countryside. You need to be close to big cities that overstand the cultures, overstand actually business and not just about charitably making money. Like, oh, we're a charity, so give us 100 grand and now you're rich. Because you just got charity for something. Yeah? Because that's something I do also see. A lot of charity being taken and a lot of charity not being given. Something that is another thing. Yeah? Another thing. So understand that, please. Cultures are different in the countryside. And yes, it's beautiful. It's got beautiful places. Yes, it's quiet. Yes, the crime rate is low. Yes, you know what? Sending a Leah up school is a lot better than sending her to school in London. Yeah? She's at least can have good friends that we can say don't understand this culture, even if they talk about it. Yeah? And if you understand where I come from in all of my videos, it's about coming from where I've come from and being able to do more, regardless of your challenges, regardless of how your mindset was or is, it can progress and become stronger. No matter how much you feel strong in whatever field you are, you can become stronger. No matter how smart you think you are, you can become smarter. Yeah? So don't over second guess ourselves, because when we understand ourselves, it makes us a lot more stronger in life. Yeah? So understand what life is like in Wiltshire, and then you'll understand how strong I really am, and how strong my partner is, and how strong the kids are, really. Yeah? Because they've been strong. They've had to deal with a new relationship. They've had to deal with moving areas or moving out, yeah? We've all had to come to a custom of things which may have been more easier in London or Birmingham than where we're both from, yeah? May have been. But I never change it. That's the joke of it. No matter what happens, no matter how many times they want me to do something aggressive or out of nature, that they can call police on me and say, the angry black man here has done this. And remember, I don't take chat from police officer, so it even makes it worse when they come. So overstand that. Yeah? Yeah. So thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos, and I really do hope you're enjoying my opening up, and I hope you are also learning about yourself on these videos and how you can change, how you don't allow people to change you, and how you can just stay to our own plan regardless of our issues going on at the moment. So yeah, thank you for joining me and listening to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. Good day.